Hi, my name is Anzley Irons. Thanks to Optimum CareerPath, I am now a junior project manager. I am originally from Carrollton, Georgia. I went to the University of West Georgia and I got a degree in chemistry. So what drew my interest to the Optimum CareerPath was essentially just trying to get some of those soft skills under my belt and try to kind of get into the door of healthcare IT, because coming from a chemistry degree to trying to get into IT was a little bit challenging, to say at the least. I really enjoyed my experience with the CHIME training program. A lot of the professors that I had a lot of experience that they were able to share with us to kind of get us rolling into the healthcare IT world. One of the professors that I specifically had, John Kravitz, actually turned out to be the CIO of the client that I work for now. He recognized me in our population health class, and he talked about this great program that they had called Food Fresh Pharmacy. So this program was essentially to combat illnesses that can be helped by having quality food in your diet, specifically things like diabetes. And I just thought this was such a great program, and I remember raising my hand, or virtually raising my hand and going, hey, I did something similar to that. I love that your hospital system does that. I think that's really incredible. I think it can help with a lot of different things just by having the right kind of food, because food insecurity is one of the biggest problems that we have. And because of that, he recognized me and ended up wanting me to work for his company. So besides just experiences like that, by getting to talk to these higher ups in these companies, you also get to know them and make a connection early on. My career path training has definitely helped me a lot in my work with my clients. I know it's kind of difficult to teach exact skills in healthcare IT because it's kind of unpredictable. You don't ever know exactly what you're going to go into, but I think that's actually one of the things that I learned from the Optimum training, because I just was able to prepare for different things and know my role. And another big part was actually knowing the roles in the hospital. There's so many different people that you interact with that it's kind of hard to keep up with sometimes. So just from the basics of it to actually having those more soft skills that I could apply with my client. So the most important thing that I learned from my Optimum Career Path experience really comes down to just making those connections. Obviously, during my journey through Optimum, I got to make some great connections, but I continue to do that every single day with my client by still staying in touch with those that I met during my training at Optimum. And then I also have just been able to continue to make connections with people that work for my client. And I have this great, she's the program manager over my section at Geisinger, and she has been incredible in just helping me develop my skills. And if I hadn't have known how important it was to continue making those connections, I wouldn't have pushed to do more. And it's especially important, I feel like, since we're doing a lot of this virtually, just knowing how to make those connections was definitely something really important that I was taught early on. My career path experience definitely ties directly into my end goals, mostly because I was originally on a pharmacy track and I knew I wanted to work in healthcare, but I was not confident on that side of healthcare. I wanted to do something more behind the scenes, but something that I was still able to help. And because of my career path experience, I got to work for this great client, Geisinger, and they are doing a lot of things in Salesforce customer relationship management. And I definitely think that this is a path that I'll want to continue going down, because not only is Geisinger just an incredible client to work for, I really love working in the healthcare IT space, because I do feel like I still get to benefit and help people without doing the direct face-to-face side of healthcare. So my client is Geisinger. They are from Danville, Pennsylvania. Essentially, I work in customer relationship management, specifically in Salesforce. A lot of what I do is just about implementing specific applications into Salesforce to help the representatives in Salesforce to better help patients. One of the more recent projects that we've been working on that we are actually getting ready to close out was RFP case management, and it just helps, RFP is request for proposal, and it essentially helps these representatives be able to push along more applications into Salesforce that overall is just going to help benefit the patient experience. So the coolest thing that I have accomplished so far with my client is probably this project that we are getting ready to close out, because it is my first project that I am helping close, and that would be the request for proposal case management. It is really essential for representatives to be able to push these RFPs through, because it's quite a difficult process. A lot of this is going on in Excel at this time, so once this is pushed through, it will help organize everything and make it a lot easier to push through these RFPs. And we have a bunch of other projects very similar that again are just going to help better the patient's experience at Geisinger in the end.